Lake Shadow. A name that whispered on the wind, carried through the ages, a name that chilled the bone, evoking ancient fears. Surrounded by dense ancient forest, the lake lay undisturbed, untouched by time. Its surface, a mirror reflecting the overcast sky, hid its secrets. No birds sang here, only silence reigned. John, a writer seeking inspiration, found Lake Shadow. Drawn by its isolation, he rented a cabin overlooking the water. The old caretaker, a man with haunted eyes, warned him. "This lake," he rasped, "it ain't natural." John, seeking solitude, ignored him. His words were fuel for his imagination. Days turned into nights. John wrote under the watchful gaze of the moon. He felt a presence, a chill that ran deeper than the night air. He heard whispers, too faint to decipher. Visions flickered at the edge of his sight. A woman, ethereal and mournful, with eyes that reflected the lake's depths. The Lady of the Lake. John learned the local legends. A woman, heartbroken by betrayal, drowned herself in the lake. Now she haunted the shores, seeking solace that death couldn't offer. John dismissed these as folklore, yet the visions persisted, growing stronger, clearer. Her sorrow seeped into his dreams, turning them into nightmares. A tragedy revealed. In the stillness of the night, when the world seemed to hold its breath, a dark secret lay hidden beneath the surface of the lake. One night, the whispers turned into screams. The forest, usually a place of serene beauty, became a theatre of terror. The trees seemed to shiver with the echoes of agony, and the night sky was filled with an eerie symphony of despair. The mournful cries of a woman in torment pierced the silence. Her sobs were not just sounds, but a haunting melody of sorrow that resonated through the air, chilling the hearts of those who heard it. Drawn by an invisible force, John stumbled toward the lake. His steps were hesitant, yet he felt an undeniable pull, as if the very essence of the night was guiding him to a destiny he could not escape. The full moon revealed a sight that made his blood run cold. Its pale light cast an eerie glow on the water, illuminating a scene that seemed to be pulled from the depths of a nightmare. A spectral figure rose from the water. Her presence was both ethereal and terrifying, a ghostly apparition that defied the boundaries of reality and dream. Her white dress billowed around her, her face a mask of despair. The fabric moved as if caught in an unseen current, and her eyes, filled with an unspoken sorrow, seemed to reach out to John, pleading for release from her eternal torment. The lake's revenge. The woman drifted closer, her ethereal form barely visible through the thick fog that clung to the water's surface. The air was heavy with an unsettling silence, broken only by the occasional ripple in the lake. John, paralyzed by fear, could only watch. His heart pounded in his chest, each beat echoing in his ears like a drum. He wanted to run, to scream, but his body refused to obey. Her eyes, pools of endless sorrow, locked onto his. He understood. They were filled with a pain that transcended time, a grief that seemed to seep into his very soul. He could feel her anguish, her longing for something lost. It wasn't him she wanted. It was the lake. The lake held her captive, a prison of water and mist. It was the source of her torment, the keeper of her sorrow. She was bound to it, unable to escape its grasp. She reached for him, her touch icy cold, pulling him towards the water's edge. Her grip was firm, unyielding, as if the lake itself was drawing him in. He could feel the chill of the water creeping up his legs, numbing his senses. John struggled, his feet slipping on the muddy bank. He clawed at the ground, desperate to find something to hold on to, but the mud was slick and treacherous. The more he fought, the deeper he sank, the lake's pull growing stronger with each passing moment. The curse endures. In the heart of the night, the lake lay shrouded in an eerie mist, its surface reflecting the pale, ghostly light of the moon. The air was thick with an unsettling silence, broken only by the occasional rustle of leaves and the distant hoot of an owl. He plunged into the icy water, the cold biting into his skin like 1,000 needles. The shock of the frigid temperature took his breath away, but he forced himself to keep moving, driven by a desperate need to uncover the truth that lay beneath the surface. The woman's grip tightened, dragging him down with an unyielding force. He struggled against her, his limbs flailing in the dark, murky water. Panic set in as he realized he was losing the battle, his strength waning with each passing second. He glimpsed her face one last time, her eyes filled with a sorrow that seemed to span centuries. Her expression was haunting, a mixture of sadness and determination that sent a chill down his spine. The sorrow had vanished, replaced by a chilling triumph. Her lips curled into a sinister smile as she watched him succumb to the darkness. Then, everything went black, and he felt himself being enveloped by the cold, unforgiving depths. The lake, once again still and silent, held its new secret. The surface was calm, betraying no hint of the struggle that had just taken place beneath. The mist swirled gently, as if whispering the tale of the latest soul claimed by the curse. The writer who came seeking inspiration found only his end. His belongings lay scattered by the lakeside, forgotten and abandoned. The pages of his notebook fluttered in the breeze, the words he had written now lost to the night. The lake waited, patient, hungry. It had claimed many before him, and it would claim many more. The curse was insatiable, its hunger never sated, always yearning for the next victim to fall into its icy embrace. It would claim another victim soon. The cycle would continue. The lake's dark, foreboding presence loomed over the landscape, a constant reminder of the curse that endured. And as the night wore on, the mist thickened, hiding the lake's secrets from the world above.